Good morning, everybody. It feels like ages since I've come on and had a little chat with you. Been really busy. It's obviously been Christmas, and in the beauty industry, most of you know that is pretty full on, and everybody has been poorly, and I had some back issues, yawn, in November, but I'm back, I'm here. And this is something that I've wanted to talk to you all about for ages and ages and ages. And actually I've been getting questions from clients about this particular subject. So I thought if I made a video, then it would answer everybody's questions. So what are we here to talk about today? We are here to talk about Beauty Pie. Now, not everybody will have heard of Beauty Pie. Beauty Pie is a beauty buying club. Now, to a lot of people, and myself included, as soon as you hear the word like buying club or, you know, discount prices for high-end products, we're always a little bit skeptical. You know, I love TK Maxx. That's somewhere you can buy high quality products for low prices, but I know very often you are looking at imports, you're looking at product that's been sat around for a long time, you're looking at products that's bounced from country to country to country and ended up in TK Maxx on the grey market. This is something completely different. This is something that I looked at long and hard before I was convinced enough to give it a try. So I'm going to talk to you initially. Really heavy rain just started, you might hear it in the background. I'm going to talk to you initially about the business model and as consumers how we get involved with Beauty Pie, and then I'm actually going to talk to you about the products. So Beauty Pie was started by a woman called Marsha Kilgore, who is one of my absolute icons. I am a frustrated millionaire entrepreneur who's never going to be a millionaire or an entrepreneur particularly, but she actually started, I'm going to consult my notes here about dates and things. Can you hear that rain? I'm going to keep going. She's 51 at the moment. She's Canadian, and she has started a number of huge brands in the beauty and lifestyle industry. So she was originally the founder in '96 of Bliss Spa, very high-end, cutting-edge luxury products, but with really kind of clean, cool, funky packaging and explanations. It kind of took the whole spa kind of atmosphere into the 90s as it was then. She then in 2006 started Soap and Glory. Now loads of us are familiar with Soap and Glory. Soap and Glory was eventually sold to Boots, who now own the brand, but it was exclusively distributed through Boots for a long time. And Soap and Glory has always been kind of the younger, pinker sister of the Bliss Spa range. And Soap and Glory just appeals to people. It's got a really youthful image, but alongside some kind of old school glamour packaging, and the products work and they're really well priced. So that was 2006, and in 2014 that was sold to Boots for an undisclosed sum, but I should imagine it was a few quid. In the meantime, she hadn't rested on her laurels, and in 2007 she actually founded FitFlop. Now, I've been a big fan of FitFlop. It kind of changed the way a lot of us thought about footwear. You know, corrective, supportive footwear was kind of always something a bit old-fashioned and a bit ugly. FitFlop brought all that straight into the 2000s, that we could wear these supportive, comfortable shoes that would also be giving us a workout at the same time and helping to balance the way we walk. So she founded FitFlop. So Marsha is someone who is always coming up with something new for the consumer, and we might not even have known we needed it yet, but Marsha's ahead of the game. So I'm a bit biased, I think she's amazing, and she actually responded to one of my, somebody who manages her Instagram account responded to one of my posts, and I nearly had a heart attack. So Beauty Pie. From what I can understand, what Marsha wanted to do was take all that contact, all that experience she had in the beauty industry with Bliss, so the very high-end, higher price point products, Soap and Glory, which was a more accessible price point. And she wanted to create, one of the taglines the company uses, the disruptor, the beauty industry disruptor. She wanted to produce high-end product for people like me, people who spend more than me, people who are buying La Mer, people who are buying La Prairie, people who are buying Sisley, people who are spending high amounts of money on excellent product. She wanted to provide that excellent product, but at an affordable price, which is me all over. That's what I'm always trying to do, and it's what I try and do with my customers, you know, high-end treatments at an affordable price. So how it works, basically, for example, I'm just going to talk about one product here. One of the products that I've used and I love and I will use again is their Ultimate Anti-Aging Cream. So they give that on their website a typical price. Now the typical price is what a typical standard beauty company would charge for that product. The knowledge that I have of both the retail beauty industry, the professional beauty industry, and everything in between, these are not pie in the sky figures. These are not inflated figures to say, oh, previously was £500 and now we're selling it for 100. It's not that. It's actually pretty accurate with my knowledge. So this cream, typically the level of ingredient in there, £100 all day long. Beauty Hall at Selfridges, online, in the Harrods Day Spa, £100 all day long. I bought it for £10.97. It's actually £11.70 now. That's the other thing as well, and I'll tell you why the price has changed slightly. So basically, they broke down that product. So, for example, £8.25 is how much the actual raw ingredient, which are incredibly high-end effective ingredients. So the product and packaging, the item in your hand, was £8.25. £1.46 was the cost of warehousing it. So once it's produced, it then needs to be stored and then needs to be sent out because Beauty Pie is all online. And four pence goes on safety and testing. No testing on animals, never, not with this brand. So there you have your members price. So how did they do it? You're thinking, where's the catch? Because why would they sell something and make no money if they're selling it at cost? It's a club. So you pay a subscription. Okay, now this is again where people think, oh, this is where we're going to get caught. There's no commitment. You can up and down your subscription at any time. £5 a month gets you £50 worth of credit to spend. Your account has £50 on that. Now, that cream, which is currently marketing at £11.70, you don't have enough credit to buy that, okay? If you're paying £10 a month, you get £100 credit on your account. The credit, the amount on your account, relates to the typical price. So this is how they make their money. They make their money on your subscription. Now, I have, for much of the last year, had a subscription of £20 a month. So every month there was £200 worth of credit going on my account. So I could place an order that physically cost me £40 because the items are at this minimal cost, but it would use £200 of my credit. If I wanted to buy a lot more products, I could either up my monthly limit or I can let it roll over. So say I was only paying £5 a month, things are a bit tight, like they are always over Christmas. £50 a month keeps going onto your account, and when you've got a bit more money in your pocket, you might place an order that costs you £60, £70 out of your pocket, but is worth £300 or £400. Okay, so I hope that kind of makes sense. Their website is brilliant and it does make it quite clear. So, for example, including my memberships, so my little monthly direct debit, which has gone up and down. I started at £5 for £50, then I went up to £20 a month, then it was getting to Christmas, so things were getting a bit tight, so I changed it back down to £5 a month. you also, if you do it right, you don't lose your accrued credit. So I'd accrued about £400 credit on my account when I decided to drop down to £5 a month. I contacted them, told them that I needed to drop my monthly amount, and they said, okay, this is how you do it, and you will keep your accrued credit. Okay, so you don't lose out what you've built up. I have spent to date £260.49, and that's over the last, I think it's 8 or 9 months. Now for me on beauty products, that's about right if I was buying relatively budget stuff, because all of you know I love my products. I have saved £768.95. So basically, if you add those two figures together, you're looking at well over £1,000 worth of product at their estimate, which I am happy to endorse with my knowledge of the industry and how much things cost. And it's cost me £260.49. So that's paying for the product, that's my monthly subscription, which I've changed, and my post and packing each time, which is £3.36. The post and packing is minimal, and that comes to you within 3 to 5 days and normally quicker. So that's the business model, and I hope that makes sense, but I will put a link to the website. And that kind of makes it really clear. They explain it. The other thing is Marsha didn't want to exclude anybody. So if you run out of credit, so say you needed to stock up and you had £450 worth of credit and you had an order that was going to be £500 or £600, you can up your subscription immediately and be given that extra balance, and you can always change that subscription later, or you can pay the full price. So you might need 9 items, you've only got enough credit to pay for 8 at that reduced members price. You can buy it at the typical price. Anybody could buy it. You can go online and you can buy those products at the typical price without having any commitment, without even joining. There's no exclusion. If money is not a big issue for you, these products are still worth buying at £100, £75, £90, the market value that they would have. And if I had the money, I would buy them at that price. They are that good. And I'm going to go on to talk about some of the product. So I hope that makes sense. And we'll go on to talk about some product now. This image here demonstrates exactly what I'm talking about. The fact that you can have so much allowance, and that is what the products are valued at, and how little it actually costs. So it's a week later and I'm finally getting around to doing the other part of this video. That's what happens, life gets busy, and I always come back and finish a video. Okay, so I talked a lot in the last video about the concept of Beauty Pie, who Beauty Pie are, what they do, and how we can save money, but they can still make money because one is useless without the other. Excuse me. So today I thought I would just touch on some of the products and some of my favourite products. The products, there are lots and lots of them, and they're adding all the time. If you are a complete virgin when it comes to skincare, it will seem a little bit overwhelming. I'm very aware of that. There is a Facebook group, and I think it's linked, and they let you know about it when you sign up, that is just run between customers. And I've seen lots of people go on there and ask really basic questions before they even start. What cleanser, what facial products. As far as I'm aware, there are people from the company moderating that group. So if there's any sort of misinformation given out, they'll jump in. But there is loads of help on there. So don't think that if this is your first dipping your toe into product that you won't know where to start. It will seem overwhelming. This is my bag, this is my area of expertise, and I have to double read sometimes some of the products. They are in groups, different kinds of results, different kinds of skin, different kinds of textures of products. And I am a big believer in using things from each range specific to the issues that you've got, particularly with skincare. I don't use all one range. At the moment, I use a pair of products at night and a pair of products in the morning, and they're different. So some of my favourites. Now, my very favourite product, which I can't actually show you because it's disappeared again, and it may be in my 15-year-old's pocket because she loves it too. I'll try and put a picture up here. Is their lip oil. Now, anybody who knows me and comes to my salon knows that I preach about oil all the time. There is an oil for everything. There is an oil for oily skin. There is an oil for dry skin. There is an oil for irritated skin. Oil is my jam. So this lip oil is great because it gives the look of a gloss or the hydration of a lip product. It's not sticky. I cannot bear, I like the look of gloss, but I cannot bear my hair getting stuck in my lip gloss. So my natural instinct is to steer away from sticky glosses. Love this lip oil. It just gives a tiny, healthy little dose of colour, and I love it. And I just wish I had it today, but I don't. Another really good product that's just been brought out. This is a mascara primer. Now, if you're like me and you have spindly little lashes, anything you can do to make them look fuller and thicker, I'm all over. So this goes on white. You apply underneath your own mascara, and then once it's dry, you apply mascara on top, and each individual lash just looks thicker and fuller. And this one, I think, have I got it here? Yeah, this one is £18 typical price, so it would use £18 of your allowance, but it actually costs you £2.74 in cash. Now, I have spent £15, £20 on lash primers, and they are no better than this. This is a brilliant primer at an awesome price, so I'm really, really happy with this one. This little palette, I am a makeup girl. I have a massive kit of makeup at home, so I use all different kinds of products, but this one is a face on the go. It truly is. So you can see it's all messy because I've used it. Lovely big mirror, okay, because we need a big mirror. We've got in here a highlighter, a contour, 2 blushes, and 3 eye colours. It's neutral. You can build it up a little bit, but that is a whole face that you can take with you. The typical price, so your allowance is £35, and it cost me £6.16. And a lot of you know that I love Makeup Revolution from Superdrug. Super cheap, super affordable, really good, fun makeup. To be able to get this level of quality, and the quality of ingredient is fantastic in here, you know, for a similar price. Can't beat it, really. This one, you can see it's nearly empty. This is my second one. I've got my mum absolutely hooked on this because I have inherited the issues that she has, which is we have texture on our skin. We have open pores on our noses. We are prone to getting little lumps and bumps under the skin. This is a peeling product. So this is a product, and the way I do it, I don't want to waste a drop. So I don't put it in my hand and rub it on. I actually drop it straight onto my skin. I use this every single night underneath my moisturizer. And this is pore refining, exfoliating, perfecting with fruit smoothers and salicylic acid. Again, anyone who knows me, I sing about salicylic acid. All the fruit acids, the lactic acid from milk are all brilliant. Salicylic acid is brilliant because it's the only acid that actually goes into the pore and scoops it out. So it really helps to smooth out the skin. Salicylic acid is great on pimples and spots, but it's also brilliant if you have milia, which are those little white bumps we get as we get older sometimes, which are a build-up of skin cells. Anything with salicylic acid is brilliant. So this one is a godsend. I love this little pot of magic. This is Super Moisture Lip Balm. What I love about this one, I tend to use this one at night because it is quite thick. So if I wouldn't necessarily put a great slick of it on and then go straight on with lipstick because it might move around a little bit. As an overnight treatment, I love it. Oh, I forgot to say, sorry. These are £50 of allowance because the ingredient here is mighty. They cost £7.62. I mean, it's insane. This lip balm, I haven't got the price here. I think this one costs about £4, and I think it's about £18 of allowance, something like that. Another one that I love, another product, another ingredient that anybody over the age of about 30 needs to be looking at is retinol. Retinol products in the high street, if you're not paying quite a lot of money, you are getting a very low amount of retinol. Retinol you need to be careful with. You shouldn't be layering up too many retinol products, but for anti-aging you cannot beat it. And this one has vitamin C in there as well, which is superb for brightening and smoothing the skin. So this is my night moisturizer. Again, I think this one is about £75 of allowance, and I think I didn't do all my research, I'm sorry. It doesn't cost very much. So this one, there are loads of different moisturisers. I have a different one that I use during the day. I have one that sometimes if I'm travelling, I use one that I use night and day. There's so many options. This, at the moment, I use a retinol eye cream at night. Again, we want to be brightening and removing pigmentation and speeding up cell renewal, all of that good stuff at night. I love this one during the day. This is from the QI Energy range that they have. This is a ginseng root and ginger brightening eye fix. This is an eye cream, and I use this in the day. It really does brighten and smooth my under eye, and it also is a really good base. I don't notice that my makeup moves so much or that my mascara transfers. So I really like that one during the day. And then I use a retinol one to do all that renewal overnight. I could go on all day about the products that I love. This is one of their products that they absolutely preach about. This is one of the ones of which they're most proud. This is the One Powder Wonder. This is a perfecting powder. It's a universal powder. It's completely translucent. I use this for touch-ups during the day. If my pores are starting to show, if I'm starting to get shine, this just makes it disappear without leaving any powder residue. I also use this one as well. If I want my makeup to really, really last, I don't always get on with silicone-based primers because I've got oiliness in my skin and I find it can actually make my makeup slip more. This one, I apply a little bit to the areas where I get breakthrough oil, so my nose, my chin, and then apply my makeup over the top, which sounds a bit, you know, a bit counterproductive, putting powder underneath a cream or liquid foundation. It really works. So I love this, and I've got one at home, and then I've got this one, which is always in my bag. So they have got dozens of products. The next thing that I want to try, although I have my own perfume business, I want to try some of their perfumes. They do candles. I've got their shampoo, one of their shampoos that I really like. The smell, I wish they would make the smell of the shampoo into a body fragrance. You can try things. I'm pretty confident that the quality of everything on there is pretty outstanding. So I wouldn't be afraid to try anything. In fact, while I've got you here, these are two things that I've only recently got. These are two lip products because I am always on the lookout for the right lip product. Some of you might know I've paid money and I've had my lips plumped, so I like to look after them. This is a fantastic little stick, and this one, it is super hydrating, just a little wash of colour, so you can either use it over the lip pencil or you can use it on its own. So this is their Shine Up Lip Colour Balm. I love this. It just gives like a healthy rosy tint to your lips, or you can put it on top of a lip pencil, but it's super hydrating. And then I'm always, like everybody else, on the look for the perfect neutral. So this one I really love because it's quite a cool neutral colour. This is Vegas Nude, and this, I love the fact that this one is quite small, so you can actually shape your lips. You're not just applying, you know, colour willy-nilly. And I always have these two with me as well. And they, I think I paid in cash terms about £4 for each of them, which is excellent. Anything else I need to say? I'm just looking at my notes. Oh, yes, they were, just to say how long they've been around, they launched in the UK in 2016 and they've now launched in the US. So the models had 3 years to bed in, and I think if a business is still working and booming and evolving after 3 years, they've kind of got it right. Their products are produced. I have products that have been produced in France, Korea, Italy, Japan, and Switzerland, all of which I know are centres of excellence for skincare and makeup. I think I mentioned postage. Postage is just standard £3.36. It says 3 to 5 days, but very often comes quicker. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that I needed to talk about. Not really, I don't think so. I don't want to make this too long. As I say, I'm not, I wish, I'm not sponsored or anything by Beauty Pie. I'm just quite passionate about the idea of it. I will put a link down below if you want to click and go and have a look. And I'll be completely transparent. Anybody who then goes on to join and buy product via that link, I get £50 of allowance. So I don't get given any product, I don't get given any free product. It just means that, say I had £150 of allowance for a month, it would mean I had £200 of allowance. So I could spend an extra £10, £20 and get another product. So if you want to do that and use that link, great. If you don't and you want to go and look at it independently, not a problem. It's just that if you go in through mine, I get a little bit more allowance, and you know, I'll be transparent about that. So give it a go. Any questions you've got down, you comment down below, and if I can, I will answer them. But their Instagram, their Facebook, their website, there's loads of information on there, super informative, and yeah, give it a go. So I will see you in my next video. Bye.